Hello YouTube and welcome back to Homestead, site to race number 36 of the NRSL Coke Vanilla Cup Series, season number 5. It all comes down to this. 35 races and we have 6 drivers who could leave here crowned champion of the Coke Vanilla Cup Series. Alongside me once again is Stephen Paul III.
Hello guys.
Front row today will be James Qualls and Allie Nelson, with Zach Flickinger, Preston Plord, row 2. Zachary DeLello and Joshua Osborne, row 3. Algie Baranowskis, Stephen Paul III, row 4. And Alexander Rowe and Chris Wilson in row number 5. None of the title hopefuls starting inside the top 10. Here's the rest of the starting grid as I hand it over to Stephen for his final thoughts and predictions of the season.
So if I sound a little different, my internet died, so on my phone. So if I don't hear Charles right away, I apologize. It's really hard to listen. Anyways, in the truck race, we saw more of a draft line race, and yesterday we seen a wreck fest with Time Paul coming on top and Zorline coming on top in trucks. We have a lot more contenders than we did in the Hooters series. About 6 guys, just about the same.
Actually,
with
it's the
3 long shots and 4 hopefuls. Sam Young is looking to try to win the title after his heartbreak yesterday, but Mark George is the favorite, and will Louvier choke again? Our final row is Isaac Flickinger and Steve Paul replacing 2 drivers, but it's definitely going to be interesting. 36 races come down to this with 6 hopefuls, and Henry, Sanford, Jackson, and Washer, they still got a shot, but they need a damn near miracle to win it.
Not to mention as well, we have the 7 Robbie Gordon team there that is trying to lock up the owner's title as well, as Mark George tries to clinch the driver's title. It is a 68-point gap between Mark George and Chris Louvier, as here comes the command.
Drivers, start your engines!
Sam Young is 82 back, a little bit more than his point gap yesterday, and he came up just 1 position shy of actually winning it. Henry Sanford is 105 back, Charles Jackson 130, and Chris Washer 139 points back. As mentioned, Jackson and Washer definitely almost need a miracle, really. They need to win as well, would be very much helpful. So the 6 we will carry those drivers as onboards today. So Mark George is carrying our our Big Red onboard. Chris Louvier, the Chevy onboard. Sam Young, the Panasonic onboard. Henry Sanford, the Toyota onboard. Charles Jackson, the Dodge onboard. Chris Washer, the Kellogg's onboard. And Jonathan Zorline will also carry the Ford onboard, as he is trying to go for the owner's title. So we'll have 7 onboards. And we're getting ready to kind of get going here as field goes through turn number 3. I forget the exact gap that Zorline had for the owner's title, though. That's unfortunate.
I believe it was like 23 points.
We'll check it real quick. 22.
Close enough.
So pace car will pull off and leaves the field under control. The FedEx Kinko Chevrolet of James Qualls. And the Ford 400 is green one last time here in season 5.
And the last time with the green flag for the original Cup cars too.
Yep, next season full-time COT.
Qualls gets a good break into 1. Looks like we might have the draft line from the beginning of the race at least.
Well, and Trevor Germain peeking 3 wide with Dylan Young. Looks like Kyle Matthews is 48 to pit lane.
What are you doing, Kyle?
So apparently some issues for the 48. I would have to believe that would be some sort of penalty.
Yeah, it must have passed somewhere.
As they're 3 wide now for second. That's Zachary DeLello there in the 49. Hasn't run a whole lot this season.
He won in Michigan, though. Has the win on his belt. Here he comes.
And he's going to go for the race's lead. They're 3 wide down the back straightaway. James Qualls trying to keep it out of the wall as best he can.
Oh, Steve Paul third, 4 wide almost. They are 4 wide.
Yeah, they are 4 wide. That didn't work out yesterday very well. And there goes Nelson.
There you go.
Chris Wilson's around as well.
There goes the whole field.
Algie Baranowskis is in it. Oh, no. Jack James, and they're wrecking up ahead. And I believe I saw the 00. Well, no, I saw the 19.
Zachary Fitzwater.
And trying to look. There's Jackson. He made it through. Sanford made it through as well in this 00.
Oh, boy. Coming back to the yellow.
And we make it under the yellow there. As Alexander Rowe on the apron. Props to making that one work. Jack James with damage, the 80. Fitzroy we saw spinning. Chris Wilson was involved. Looks like Allie Nelson might have gotten a piece of it.
None of the title contenders looks like to be involved.
Mark George was back there, so we'll have to wait and see if he got a piece of it. Chris Louvier's back here right now. Chris Washer going to pit lane. He does... I don't know. It's hard to tell if he has damage to the right side or not of that car.
Doesn't look like it.
Some other drivers are pitting here. Bill Bragg Jr. in the 22, Trevor Germain in the 58, and Preston Plord in the 20.
Early pit strategy looks like for these guys.
As Nelson and Wilson also will take advantage of the opportunity to pit. Let's take a look back at what happened to bring out the yellow for the first time tonight. And we're back. Here's what happened coming down the front straightaway. It's going to start with the 36. The 11 comes down the track into Allie Nelson. And then
it looks like
they get squeezed, though.
Yeah, the 2, and it looks like the 88 pinched the 36, and it's on from there.
And a great job here trying to miss it. James Qualls gets around it. Alger Baranowskis gets involved, unfortunately, in the 80.
Yep, making their rare one off.
And somewhere up here, there's the 4. Oh, Louvier does get a piece of it a little bit in the 01.
Yeah, but he didn't get that much damage. Looks like the 19 got the worst of it as Kyle's coming off pit road.
Yep. So it looks like we're going to get away with about a 5-car incident that did not involve the chasers heavily. Let's take some onboards, though, of this one with some of the chasers. Onboard, Henry Sanford. Onboard, Sam Young. And finally, onboard, Chris Louvier.
No, he just got turned.
Yeah, 16 just kind of got in there. Let's take it back to the restart. And we're back. No drivers are out of this race yet after that first incident. We do have 3 cars that are a lap down, though, including Kyle Matthews, who, at least we know for him, is not damaged. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Zach Flickinger, though, is your race leader over fellow Toyota, Stephen Paul III. Alexander Rowe is 3rd, Zachary Dillell 4th, Joshua Osborne, Max Anderson, Dylan Young right now is in 7th. Henry Sanford is the top of the 6 contenders. He is in 8th. James Qualls, William Duncan, the top 10. Looking through the rest, there's Sam Young in 13th. Charles Jackson right now runs in 18th. Jonathan Zorline 19th. Chris Louvier in 25th. Mark George in 30th. And then Chris Washer in 36th as well. So, looks like that's where all your chasers are. Go ahead.
Yesterday we seen Kev with damage hold up the field and cost Jessica and time a few spots. We'll see what happens with some of those damaged cars in this restart.
And we'll have to see if they're even that far damaged anyway. We'll have, could have just been unlucky with where they were positioned. As the green flag is back out, we're underway once again. Well, the
restart by the 48 there.
Double Zero is able to clear. Sam Young was not as lucky yet. Henry Sanford has cleared the lap traffic. Now they're going to be 3 wide around the 80.
Yep, Patterson, his retirement race.
Someone just went to the pit lane. That's the 22.
Yep, first guy out of championship contention.
So Bill Bragg Jr. now to the pit lane with a possible penalty. Meanwhile, Henry Sanford is the top running of our chasers. He's now back in 9th, actually, I should say, as William Duncan just passed him.
Yeah, if he gets up there and Mark George finishes the back, that could be a championship move, as here comes the 2 in a row.
Yep, they're going to be 3 wide for the lead with the 55 and the 2 actually battling for it. 48 trying to stay on the lead lap.
A lot of go homers up here.
Yeah. To be fair, a lot of them also started up front.
Yep. As the big split in the pack due to the lap cars.
Yeah. Right now it is a 12-car lead pack. Patterson's in 13th. Sam Young now runs in 14th. Jackson is trying to battle for the 16th position. We'll grab it.
Pollard coming into the top 20 there. He's past Abrahamian.
Yep, 71. Chris Washer right there in 25th on fresh tires, so we'll have to see if those are helping him.
Yep, no
Certainly
damage
looks
to
like
5.
it. Trevor Germain was also on fresh tires, but we're not necessarily too worried about him. Chris Louvier and Mark George battling for position.
They're back there, so if Henry can get the lead, he'll be the champion at this point.
Could be. Well, I mean, we obviously don't know the exact point totals as they're working right now.
Oh, it's getting tight right here.
Yep. Preston Ford, the meat in that sandwich there between chasers.
The other thing you got to worry about is running back off the pace. If there's a wreck, you got to have to slow down.
And Henry Sanford now is the one in the middle.
Yeah, that's a dangerous spot to be in. 4 wide back there almost.
Still only 3.
That back
Mohamed
pack
Zain
is
Abdullah is
catching
trying
the
to
front
pass
pack.
the 14. They're slowly starting to catch him, yeah.
It looks like DeLow on the high side up there.
Yep. This is going to be 3 wide with the... Well, it was 3 wide there with the 70 and the 15. So Alexander Rowe right now leads. William Duncan going for second. Now going for the race lead in that 31. Oh! What a save by the 15. Good save there.
Yeah, we've seen Henry and Steven have their rivalry this year. Let's see if that plays a factor in this pass right now. Doesn't look like it.
So far, so clean, as William Duncan going for the top spot right now here at Homestead.
How was Seth Cole trying to hit his losing streak on a high note?
And is not sure that's the sense you're going for.
Losing streak.
Still not sure that's the sense you're going for. I think you're meaning to end his season on a high note.
Yeah.
As Dylan Young right now to the middle is going to be 3 wide with the 49 and the 31.
49 is about to get dumped by Osborne there.
Yeah, if he's not too careful. As Seth Cole loving this right now, as this will let him break away a little bit up at the front.
That second pack is not catching it. Well, yeah, they're catching him still.
There's somewhat. I mean, it definitely doesn't hurt that these guys are battling like this.
Yep. DeLello, great run for him. He should have ran in more Original Cup races.
Mm-hmm. Right now, Joshua Osborne trying to take that second spot away. He's peeking. It's going to open the door there for Dylan Young. As now that second pack is single file.
Now, Sam Young, 82 points back, is coming up in that second pack, and Mark George and Louvier are in the back.
And we'll have to wait and see what's going on there. I mean, it's going to come down. We know that 82 points, 10th place is not really going to be enough.
Not at all.
We figured that one out yesterday. Sam Young figured that out yesterday. Caution is out. And a wreck in turn 3.
Big wreck in turn 3.
Shelton was in it. Zachary Fitzwater again. Looks like Isaac Flickinger in the 40. Tristan Wilhoit in the 16 as well. And the leaders are going to take an opportunity to pit here underneath this caution.
Hendrick 1-2. How about that?
Oh my. Just looking at the skid marks, this was a big one.
Yeah.
As we'll watch the pit stops and then we'll take you back to see what happened. Kyle Matthews going to stay out. And well, then again, he's also a lap down, so he might just pit on the next lap.
Championship pit stops. You work 36 races. This is the money stop for the championship.
Well, maybe not. I mean, look at what lap we're on. This is lap 18. I mean, if these guys think it's their window, maybe, but something tells me we might not be done with just one pit stop tonight.
You gotta watch out in pit road too. So many cars on the lap. Gotta watch out for contact.
And we'll wait and see. 2 tires for Seth Cole. Looks like 2 tires to call up and down the pit lane for the most part.
Charles Jermaine Pitts, I'm surprised about that.
And Dylan Young is actually... Oh, well, Dylan Young was going to be the leader off pit lane. But Stephen Paul III said otherwise.
25, 24, and 23.
Yeah, so with that, let's take a look at what happened to bring out the yellow for the second time tonight. And we're back. 4 wide, not a good idea, especially off turn number 2. Will Hoyt's going to slide up into the 10. They make contact with the 8, and then it's just on from there.
Damn back markers.
Will Hoyt makes contact with the inside wall. Isaac Flickinger gets a piece of it there as well. And then they're just along for the ride at this point and right into the path of Jessica Shelton.
Ooh.
Zachary Fitzwater nowhere to go. Allie Nelson does a great job to miss this.
Ace Rogers 2.0.
And with that, that would end the night for the 16, 21, and the 19 most likely is... Oh, Braddock!
Oh!
Okay. Didn't realize that someone would be able to come that close to hitting people from that far back. With that, let's take you back to the restart. And we're back. No championship implications there for the retirees, as it was Tristan Wilhoit, Jessica Shelton, and Zachary Fitzwater that retired out of the race. We have 4 cars now a lap down, as Seth Cole is your race leader, Dylan Young in 2nd, Stephen Paul III, Brennan Patterson, Vince Almarego right now in 5th. Joshua Osborne, Henry Sanford still remains the top running chaser in 7th. William Duncan, James Qualls, Jonathan Zorline right now is in 10th, so doing what he needs to do to lock up the owner's title. Looking for the rest of them, Sam Young is right now in 13th. Just looking for the title contenders. Chris Louvier now up to 20th. Charles Jackson 21st. Mark George is 23rd. And Chris Washer right now runs in 30th. Space car is off. We're set to go racing yet again. I don't think we're done with pit stops here yet, as when they pit. And we're back to racing on what will be lap number 22. Watch out, Osborne. That's not where you want to make a move.
Nope, that might be a black flag.
We'll have to wait and see what happens there. Henry Sanford decided to make a move to the inside of Osborne, but that might not have been a wise move either.
We got a big break in the pack.
Yeah, we do. Meanwhile, Sanford looking for a way around the 80. 80 goes low. The 00 now goes high. And gonna get around the 80 as well. And that might prove somewhat helpful, although then again, he gets blocked in by the 4. There goes Sam Young by the 00. Finally, Henry now clears both lap cars, but the damage done is now he's behind the 14 of Sam Young. As Sam Young...
fast track racing up there.
Right now, last scored in the 15th position. There goes the 4 now to the far outside line. And right now up front, it's these guys racing for the race lead. It's Stephen Paul 3rd. Brennan Patterson now in 2nd in his final Coke Vanilla Cup Series start. Dylan Young now going for 3rd on Seth Cole.
How about Patterson if he could win his final career start?
Vince Almarego in no man's land right now in 5th. Joshua Osborne, William Duncan battling for 6th. Henry Sanford now re-overtakes the 14 of Sam Young. As Jackson trying to make some moves towards the front. Henry Sanford going to get caught on the outside of the 1 though of Zain Abdullah.
Steve Paul going on the inside of Sam Young there, looks to make a position.
Trying to at least. As right now, the positions that Henry would be battling for are worth 4 points per position. Once you get to where Sam is at, it's 3 points per.
Yep. Zain Abdullah trying to make a 3 wide. Here comes Steve on the bottom.
Yep, gonna overtake the 14, and he's gonna overtake the 00.
Yeah, that 71 was pretty fast in the long haul, so we'll see if he can get up there.
And right now, there's Charles Jackson starting to creep into the picture as well in that 9 car.
Yep, he needs to get up there too.
Check in on the 42, currently in 35th.
Yeah, that's not where he wants to be. And Louvier's not that far up behind either. So right now Sam Young might be the champion.
I mean, it's tough to say. I mean, to be fair, the 14's not even in the top 10 right now, so... 14's also somewhat falling back.
Actually, let me see if I can do the math. Hold on.
As while he does that, Henry Stanford now has been overtaken by the 71 and trying to re-overtake that fast track racing Ford. That is a battle for 10th. That is worth 4 points for the 00 if he can make that pass. Meanwhile, the 14 Sam Young is trying to make a pass for what would be worth 3 points on the 00.
Okay, so where's Sam Young running? 10th?
12th.
12th, and where's Mark George running? 35th?
Was last scored in 35th.
So that would be 127 points minus 58 is 69. So that he needs to gain at least 4 more positions. Sam Young needs to.
So right now it is not enough. So right now it looks like Mark George might still end up being the champion. Right now as all things are running. Meanwhile, Henry Stanford trying to pass the 71.
Yeah, Henry's in no condition to go up there.
Now he's actually going to get a couple spots. He's gotten the 71. He's passed the 70. Now he's also passing the 12. Might try and pass the 1 down the back straightaway if he can defend from the 31. 14's gained a spot out of all this now. Past the 71, trying to pass the 70.
So Sam Young has to get up to 8th position if he wants a shot by 1 point to win the title.
Well, and that's if the 42 remains in 35th.
Yeah, but 14's got to be careful in this Hornets nets too.
Right now, the 14, I believe, is now good. Yep, 14 is now running 11th. Here comes the pass for 10th. Or at least trying to. He's trying to get underneath the 12 of Amy Shelley. That would be for 10th. Henry Stanford now clears the 1, trying to break away from this pack. Moves the 14 now to 10th.
If he gets to 8th, he'll win it by 2 points. So Sam Young, it's a matter of points for him so far.
And now here comes Charles Jackson in his own fight of desperation.
But he's not going to lead the most laps, so he's out of it.
I mean, he had a better shot. I think Washer is officially eliminated because we've got 3 drivers out of the race.
Yeah, I didn't mean to rain on the parade. I'm just saying.
Actually, I can't confirm. Chris Washer, because we've had 3 retirees, is eliminated. Meanwhile, Sam Young now starting to fall back yet again. He lost the spot to the 9 of Jackson.
He's got to get past Henry Stanford.
Meanwhile, actually, he does not. Henry Stanford is running in 6th. Meanwhile, Mark George has passed the 66 of Chris Wilson for 34th.
Now he's got to get past. Now he really got to get past Henry.
Now
that position is worth 3 points right there, so it's going to make it a little harder.
Sam Young losing spots. He's lost a spot to the 6. Now he lost a spot to the 7. Still losing spots.
He needs to get to the bottom.
Meanwhile, Kyle Matthews and Bill Bragg Jr. have gone back on the lead lap for now. Stephen Paul III is re-overtaking the lead from Bram Patterson.
Hey, how about the weekend for the Pollock? Card Pollock won the truck race. Time won the championship yesterday, and Pollock's leading. How about that?
And now William Duncan trying to pass the 00 for 6th.
Yep. So if they battle, Sam Young, he's got to get to the bottom.
He's on the outside 3 wide though right now. Got back down to 2.
Okay.
And remember,
this is going to get really intense.
We're done with pit stops yet either.
Yeah,
Duncan
so pit strategy is going to be huge. Who stays out?
Henry Stanford, if he could fall back in line, not going to. Way up high.
Sam Young still stuck on the outside lane.
Yep. And now that might be all she wrote, as Mark George is now up to 32nd. He has passed the 40, he passed the 99. And there's 3 wide here with the 9, the 6, and the 1.
Getting really dicey there. Sam Young still not to the bottom.
Henry Stanford still not to the bottom either.
Oh boy, they're getting tight here.
Here comes Trevor Germain, and this isn't even the fight for the lead, by the way.
Best battle on track, though. Where's the 4 and the 80? That's the real question.
William Brock, around he goes in front of the 14.
And Sam Young got...
Oh, Mark George is in it. Mark George is spinning.
He got turned by his teammate. He got hit by his teammate.
They're still wrecking up here.
Oh, big wreck.
Sam Young, Chris Louvier. Oh, Jonathan Zorline.
What the heck is going on? Mark George lives.
Somehow he lives, and a huge mess.
And that's going to be all she wrote probably for the title.
It might be. Meanwhile, Brennan Patterson is the race leader.
Holy crap.
And we'll take a look at the pit stops here and then take a look at what happened to bring out the yellow. Louvier's night over. Christopher Pierce was in it.
I can say the Flickingers are fired for turning their own teammate.
William Brock is out. There's what's left of Isaac Flickinger's number 40.
Not really bright move, Isaac, for taking out your teammate.
Was that fuel only? I think that was fuel only on the 17.
Now, also remember, we might not have the lap
23 and the 49.
Oh, god damn it.
So with that, first off pit lane will be the 17. Seth Cole, Stephen Paul III, Don Ebrahimi, and William Duncan top 5 off pit lane. And let's take a look back at what happened to bring out the yellow for the third time tonight. And we're back. Here's what happened coming off turn number 2. Zach Rogers get a little over ambitious there, gets into the left rear of the 18, spins him around right up the track into the 7. Nowhere for them to go, for Zorline to go. Nothing he could have done. Nowhere for Sam Young to go either.
Qualls, that's where he gets hit.
Yep. Max Anderson gets involved. There's Sam Young getting hit again, and he'll hit the outside wall.
Qualls still spinning.
Zach Flickinger runs into the 7. Gonna take a look up here. What happens with the 01? Maybe even the 14.
Oh, they're running the apron.
Oh, Christopher Pierce runs into James Qualls. Oh, no. Right into Sam Young. Nowhere for Louvier to go in the 01. There's Isaac Flickinger and Chris Wilson getting involved.
We saw Isaac turn the 42 on the backstretch.
Yep. Let's take a look at that.
He's so lucky he didn't get plowed.
Really was. So lucky he also didn't hit anyone.
I can make the debate that if he didn't get turned, he would have plowed the 55 if we go back and see it.
Well, he got turned after that.
Well, watch. If you keep going, oh my god.
Nearly runs into the 71.
And then right there, as he's spinning, he slides right there. Ooh.
I don't know. Either way, I think that almost covers it. And we have plenty of onboards to take of this one, so let's take some of the onboards and get back to the restart.
Oh, we're missing the plowing down here.
Oh, well, true. I mean, that wasn't too much, though. But yeah, we'll take some onboards. Onboard Sam Young.
Worse from here. And if we keep it down here. Ow.
Onboard Chris Washer. Onboard Chris Louvier. You know, if he wasn't so
That's over.
And finally, on board Mark George.
Oh, get the wall right there again. Nice shout to Revamp Reloaded. Whoa!
And we're back racing here. Drivers out of the race: Chris Louvier, Christopher Pierce, William Brock, Isaac Flickinger, Jonathan Zorline, Sam Young, Steve Pollard, and Chris Wilson. So with those retirees, that officially will eliminate Chris Louvier and Sam Young from title contention, as obviously they would have needed to finish ahead of the 42. Meanwhile, battle for the race lead is on between Seth Cole and Brandon Patterson.
We saw this battle early in the year at Atlanta.
Oh, they're 3 wide back here, trying to figure out where the... Okay, so the 00 is up on this outside line right there. Mark George is out on that outside line as well. And also with only having 31 cars left running, that will definitely eliminate the 9 of Charles Jackson from contention. So
Kyle Matthews back.
It does come down to Henry Sanford versus Mark George, and the gap was 105 points. So basically that will do it for that. As now coming up through here, let's look. Stephen Paul III is going for second on Brandon Patterson, as it's a 5-car battle for the lead. I mean, stranger things have still happened. It's not entirely over. Someone's coming down to the pit lane. I'm trying to figure out who it is. Max Anderson is broken down, apparently, in the 88.
That's off the track, so that shouldn't be a caution.
Yeah, it shouldn't be, so... looking back here, has Henry Sanford finally gone around some of the lap cars? Yes, he has. So now he can set his sights on trying to work his way up towards the front, and he is currently behind the 42 of Mark George. Yeah,
that's not what he needs.
So this first pass is going to be a crucial one. Is another car on the 8. Oh, that's still Max Anderson. Never mind. Apparently he just wasn't. I figured he was stopped already, but no, apparently he wasn't. As Stephen Paul III now crossover on Dylan Young for second once again.
Paul is trying to take home a lot of hardware this weekend, I can tell.
And right now it's Hendrick 1-2 though at Homestead. Here comes Brandon Patterson now to the outside possibly.
How about an ending for the career? Here comes Dylan Young.
Yep, Dylan Young now going for the race lead. Patterson's going to fall back to 5th there as William Duncan moves by, I think, in the 31. Maybe not. And so will he clear through 3 and 4? There's great battle there for 4th, actually, I should say. It's Jackson,
Charles Jackson coming up through the field.
Yep, that 9 car right there in 6th right now. Doing what he needed to do, but unfortunately it's not going to be enough.
Alexander Rona, top 10 right there. There they go again.
Yep. Chris Washer back there with Zach DeLello and Zach Rogers. This is a battle for the 13th position.
4-5 to go on the season.
Henry Sanford has gone around the 42, but he's just going to run out of time. In fact, actually, now the 00 is into the top 20. So right now it is Dylan Young leading over Stephen Paul III, Seth Cole in 3rd, William Duncan in 4th, still not entirely clear of the 17. Patterson fighting that a little bit too hard if you ask me. Now Duncan finally clears. James Qualls is on pit lane.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe Henry stays out and Mark George has to pit. You never know.
Maybe. Who knows? If Henry Sanford can somehow win through that, yeah. Maybe, just maybe. But none of the leaders right now pitting this time by 3 wide for 5th, as here comes Charles Jackson now. As they start to catch the 55 of Zach Flickinger. Where are they going to catch him is the question. As Stephen Paul III now goes for the race lead. And here comes Seth Cole in that National Guard Chevy. He might try and say something about it, though. And they'll catch him right on the back straightaway. Not a good spot for the 24, Dylan Young.
So pretty much good. So pretty much for how Henry needs to win the title, he needs to get second, and Mark has to finish 31st, and he'll win it by 5 points.
Well, I mean, 31st right now isn't even on the lead lap.
So it looks like it might be all she wrote for Mark George.
Now, oh, here they go! They are going to pit! Charles Jackson to the lead with 2 to go.
Yeah, that's disappointing. They're wrecking, actually. Nope.
No caution. They see the white. Charles Jackson sees it first. Will he see it? Will he see the checker flag first, though? Here comes Dylan Young.
Out of gas.
Does he make it? Right now, they're going to try. Dylan Young's going to have one shot at this. And he's not going to get there. For the 3rd time this season, it's going to be Charles Jackson who wins the race. And Mark George on pit lane. He crossed the line before the leaders, though. So he will finish 25th. And while he won't technically finish on the lead lap, Mark George will win your Season 5 championship.
And where did Zorline finish?
Zorline finished in 35th. That is 30 points.
The gap was 22 points coming in. That's a 30-point swing, and the 42 wins the NRSL by 7 points.
And so, literally, the 42 has gone from worst to first. They were dead last in owners' points in 2006. They win the owners' title in 2007. As Dylan Young comes up 1 spot shy of winning. And it's Charles Jackson who will win for the 3rd time this season?
Yes.
I want to say it's 3rd. Dylan Young,
Chicago and Kansas.
Alexander Rowe finishes out with a top 5 today. William Duncan, Brian Patterson, Joshua Osborne, Preston Plord, Vince Almarigo, and Zachary DeLello, the top 10. 24 lead lap finishers officially, because Mark George will be credited as being 1 lap down at the end. And many retirements. Oh, by the way, you were talking about he had to finish 31st. 31st was also out because of Max Anderson's issues.
Yeah, that was the clincher.
So, Max Anderson ended up falling out. Actually would have clinched it anyway, no matter what happened there at the end. Steven, your final thoughts for this one?
Good run for Jackson, Dylan Young, Trevor Germain finishes 18th like the first one. Good champion to Mark George, literally last the first. And like I mentioned, this is the final recording we're going to do it for a while. I like doing this. My regret, I've said in the brass, is leaving the series for a few to go online. I should have stayed. I will be back next year. I don't know any shape or form, but I appreciate Charles letting me do this. I do enjoy it. It is 3 o'clock in the morning, and you have to enjoy something to stay up to 3 in the morning. I appreciate Charles letting me do this. I've only missed Dover and the Atlanta weekend, so I hope to be back next season. There's an announcement video coming down the road. I'll be helping Charles out, but I'm not going to spoil anything. So thanks to Charles let me do this. I appreciate it. I'm going to miss recording with him for a few months, so we'll get back on track once he becomes a teacher, I guess, and stuff. Finishing out the top 10, DeLello and Osborne, but it's been a great season. I had fun watching every race this year, doing all the D&Q racing, watching all of them. Charles does a great job with the track guy and I, besides Cleveland and Hooters. But anyways, good season. Good job to Mark George, and I'll see you guys next year, and I'm going to miss you all. But you'll see me on Charles's channel probably, so you won't miss me.
Yeah. So with that, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you haven't today for more gaming and racing related content. A big thanks to all of you who watched any of the videos over the course of the season, whether you watched one or watched all 36. I really appreciate it. Can't say it enough. It's a great hobby to do, in all honesty. Congrats to Charles Jackson on the win. Congrats to Mark George on the championship. Here's to whatever happens in the 2008 season. Can't wait to get to it when we get a chance to. But with that, I'm going Fan 291, and this has been a production of the NRSL. That's Stephen Paul III, who joined me for most of the races all season. We'll see what happens next season. But we'll see you next time.
See you guys.